What's up, guys? Zero Skater here, and today we're going to be checking out, finally, my round number 6 match from Summer of Legends, and it's versus Bughunter. And if you guys haven't heard, Bughunter is the runner-up from the previous online tournament that we ran earlier in the year. So he's a really good player, and I knew this was going to be a tough one coming up, and it was also my gatekeeper match into the top 8. So I had to beat him in order to make it to the top 8 elimination bracket during the tournament. So it was definitely a very important match, and I'm finally getting it up online. I know it's a little late, but I've just been busy with other videos and whatnot. But I'll be happy to show this one off because it was a really good match overall. And as always, guys, be sure to attack the like button if you enjoy the video and subscribe for more Unmatched content. But with that said, let's head on over to Tabletop Simulator and check out my round 6 match from Summer of Legends. Welcome to round 6 of Summer of Legends, and this is basically the determining match of to see who's going into the top 8 here. So it's going to be a good one. No pressure. All right, man, go ahead and roll it. We'll do high roll gets to choose.
All right, and I'm going to hit the roll button.
That's
18's
a
pretty
big
good.
one. That's pretty good. Let's see what I get.
18's pretty good.
12. That is my lucky number, but
Cool,
not today.
Not today.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right, man, you get to choose.
I'll be follower.
All right. I kind of thought you might.
Yeah, I've been follower every single round.
I saw that. Interesting.
And I'm just going to keep going with that vibe.
Yep. I will start off with my boy Sherlock.
Okay, Sherlock. All right, so my personal thing is I don't go big 3 unless you go big 3. But once you go big 3,
then it's unlocked, right?
I can't mess around with it. Yeah,
sure,
so I'll take Medusa.
That's fine. I figured you would do that. So let's go ahead and take your famous Little Red.
Okay. My famous Little Red.
Yep.
Famous Little Red. King Arthur's good against Little Red. Maybe I should pick King Arthur.
You would be the people's champion if you pull that one off.
It'd be really funny. Watch you ban King Arthur so that I don't feature
Right.
Funny. I will grab Muldoon.
Okay, good pick. Kind of figured you would do that one too. Now I gotta think. Well, now I think I go with the big man.
Okay. And I will grab Beowulf.
Beo. Okay, interesting. It's not exactly what I had planned out, but it's close. Alrighty, so we can get rid of these. And we do bands.
Yeah. I prepared for Dracula and Invisible Man, but I also thought that that wasn't very likely to happen.
If I would have been follower, it might have.
Yeah.
But not in this case. What do we got?
Sherlock and Medusa. Okay.
All right. No
That's what I figured it'd end up being,
but there was a lot of other avenues where if something was different about those bands, that it could have thrown off things for the other person. So.
All right.
Muldoon,
Muldoon and Beowulf.
Red and Bigfoot.
Okay.
I'll ban Yukon.
I'm gonna ban the one with the doors.
Kiorat?
Yep.
Okay. Now we pick fighters for game 1. Let's see. Here we go. Muldoon, Bigfoot. All right.
Muldoon, Bigfoot.
Not what I wanted to see, I'll say that.
Let's do it. Let's do it on Sarpedon.
All right, sounds good. I think I'm good with this.
Okay, I'm going to try one more time.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then I place my workers.
Yep.
I've got too many options, but work what I got. Yeah, just blue. Okay. All right,
Good
I'm
luck,
gonna
man.
start.
Have fun.
I'm not gonna place a trap.
You
'Cause
sure?
I don't really got a good spot.
Back
Unless
in the
you
corner?
are you planning to come to this corner right
Yeah,
here?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I will just draw. 1, 2, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Maneuver again. That's good for me. Your turn.
I'll start with maneuver.
Okay.
Go over there with him, and Bigfoot will go over there. And let's have Jackalope attack the worker.
Okay. He did.
Yep. And your turn.
And I get to draw a card.
Yep.
All right.
And let me think about my ability real quick.
Sure.
You have what, 7 to 5? Nah, I won't draw. Your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna place a trap right here. Maneuver. And then I will attack Bigfoot with that worker.
Bigfoot into the worker. I gotta think it's a rending shot. I'll faint.
Okay.
Yep.
You take one.
Yep. Alright, my turn.
It is your turn.
I will start with a maneuver.
Okay.
I'll go here and pop the trap with Jackalope.
Okay. Jackalope takes one.
Yep.
Delete that.
Draw.
Draw a card.
Bigfoot. Keep him where he's at. And
Okay.
then I'll maneuver again.
Okay.
Your turn.
Okay. I will place a trap here. Attack the Jackalope with worker.
Alright, so mine goes
Okay.
first.
Yeah.
Push this guy 2.
Okay. I will move you. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Pop trap. Take one. I draw one. And then Jackalope with Muldoon.
I gotta think it's probably your big 4. So let's do this. And I will push you 1, 2. I think. Let me think. Actually, I'm gonna push you back to the corner.
Okay.
Alright, my turn.
Your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna maneuver. And maneuver again.
Okay.
I'll end there. Your turn.
I will place a trap. No, that's I'm not. Maneuver. Let's see. If I maneuver, I gotta get rid of 2 cards, so I just gotta accept my losses here.
Yep.
I will boost with a leap away.
Yep.
And get here. And here. And hit the Jackalope with the worker.
I'm hitting Jackalope again. You really don't like that Jackalope, huh?
As long as you haven't played your horns.
True. I'll faint it. Yeah, I take 1.
1 your
Okay.
worker. And that makes it your turn.
Alright. I think I'll start with the maneuver. And Bigfoot will attack the worker.
Yeah, you can have that worker.
Alright.
Okay.
And let me think about my ability. Nah, I won't draw. Your turn.
I will maneuver. And I will attack Jackalope with my worker.
I'll faint it. Nice.
Okay. 2. There we go. That's the health I wanted to get you down to.
Yep, good stuff.
Okay, your turn.
Alright. Real tough choice here. I will go with a maneuver to start. I'll have Bigfoot attack the worker.
Bigfoot can attack that worker. That's fine
Taking
with
it?
me.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright. Then, yeah, I'll draw. Your turn.
I'm gonna place trap here.
Sure.
Draw. I will draw again and get rid of a feint.
Okay. Stay in there?
Your turn. Yep.
All right. I will maneuver. I'll maneuver again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's your turn.
Okay.
Right back where I started.
Sometimes. I will maneuver. I'll scheme and do nothing.
Yep.
Your turn.
Okay.
Let's see who needs their current hand more. You can do this all day. Get down to the last 7 cards, then meet on the shore.
Yeah, right? Could come down to that.
I wonder if that's a strategy. Just deck out
Yeah, it's
until
definitely a strategy. I don't know whose favor it works in, but
I guess you technically have 1 more health, but I'm lower on cards.
I will do a maneuver.
Okay.
Boost the maneuver with a regroup. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go onto the trap for 5.
Okay. I'll draw.
I'll maneuver again.
Okay.
And I'll go there. And then end of turn I have to discard. I'll ditch a regroup. Your turn.
Doesn't want to draw cards. Okay. Maneuver. Call her back up. So I'm going to place a trap here. I'm going to place a trap here. I'm going to place a trap here. And then I'm going to get my workers back.
Things just got way complicated.
I'm going to get one here. I'm going to get one here. I'm going to get one here. And that's the end of my turn, so I have to get rid of something. So what do you think?
I'll let Bigfoot attack Muldoon.
What? No. Okay, let's see. I will defend.
The blue? Yep.
Alright, we're both running away.
Yep.
Okay, so you get to go anywhere in the pink zone. I get to go 5 spaces.
Yep.
So
good there.
Yep.
Okay, then I move anywhere in purple. I'll go there, and then I'll do a maneuver. Okay. Your turn.
Okay. I will maneuver. And I'll maneuver again.
Yep.
Get rid of this card. Your turn.
Okay. I don't like being trapped on the opposite side of this bridge. That does not feel great. I'll maneuver. And I will boost it with a disengage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pop the trap.
Okay. Take a damage. I draw a card.
And then I'll maneuver again.
Okay.
And then I have to discard. I'll ditch one of the jackalope horns. Your turn.
Maneuver. And attack that worker. Okay.
So I will go right here and pop the trap.
Okay, that's a good move. You take a damage.
Yep.
I draw 1 for that, 1 for the regroup.
Yep.
Okay, I gotta get rid of a couple cards here. Get rid of a remote detonation. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, I got quite a few cards, don't I?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Get rid of one of these. And I'll get rid of my other one of these.
All right.
Your turn.
All right, I'll start with a maneuver. I will discard a savagery to boost. And Bigfoot will attack the worker.
Savagery to boost. He's attacking the worker. Yeah, you can attack that worker.
Taking it.
Yep.
All right. And your turn.
All right. I will maneuver. 1, 2, 3. And I will attack Bigfoot with that worker.
Okay.
Okay. I'll go ahead and throw one of these bad boys up on here.
Yep, so I take
Pitch
one.
one. Yep.
And I get to move 5. Let's see. I'll go over there. I will have Bigfoot attack Muldoon.
All right. I take 2.
Yep. And then
I get to leap away. Or,
you didn't win.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So I will maneuver. Thinking about ability, I will not use it. Your turn.
Okay. Maneuver.
And you only have 1 defense card left, basically, huh?
Is that true?
Just the blue. I mean, you got a feint, but is that even the defense against a log?
Doesn't kill me.
That's true for now.
You got 2 logs,
2.
and if I defend both of them, I'm not dead, so.
That's true.
I'm running low on attacks, it looks like, too. Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to move here and here. And I'm going to attack the jackalope with that worker.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Alrighty. I'm going to start with a maneuver.
Okay.
And then I'll jackalope horns.
Okay. 1, 2.
Your turn.
Okay. I am going to attack the jackalope with Muldoon.
And there's no trap. So what's the biggest it could be? A 4. You already used both shooters. The second shot. That can go up to 5. That's a problem. That makes it a 50-50 on my defense. I'm just going to take it. I don't want to risk the 50-50. Yep.
Okay. And then I will maneuver. Your turn.
Start with a maneuver. And maneuver again. Alright, your turn.
I will maneuver. And then I will attack you with this worker. Okay. You take nothing. And you
Me first.
choose.
Um,
Yeah, you choose one of us and move us to, and then I move all my workers too. Your turn.
I'll maneuver. And maneuver again. Alright, your turn.
Okay. Maneuver. And I will attack you with Muldoon.
Oh my god! Oh, what a bait. Dude, I literally considered that, and I was like, if I just take this and it's regroup, he loses. But, oh my god, good job.
Thanks.
Well done. Okay,
Your turn.
yeah. So, let's smack you.
Yeah, the bluffing doesn't end there. We get to do a round of it with you. Let's see. Yep. Okay.
Nice. Alright.
4.
I will then do a maneuver. And I'll draw with my ability. And it's your turn.
Okay. I will. I will maneuver. Go ahead and attack you with Muldoon.
Last action, right?
Last action.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay.
Yep, so
It's
I
gonna
take
be
5.
5.
Okay, and I will have Bigfoot attack Muldoon.
Okay. I move first.
Yep.
Okay, I gotta think. You can move 5.
Yep.
Can move through spaces with players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You end up green, blue, yellow, or pink. That doesn't help. Does this help? 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 Does anybody help? Somebody
Up to
give
you.
me. Let me really think about this.
Yep. I think it's checkmate, but feel free
I
to
think
take
it
your
is
time.
too, but I'm just double checking.
Oh, yeah.
If I stand on the trap, does that help me? No. Well, okay. If you don't have larger than life in your hand right now,
Right, that's what you got to play to, I feel.
yeah.
I have
Okay.
1 card in deck.
So if you don't, yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. I don't think that would matter either. You'd have to be next to me if I'm on the trap. You can't trigger the trap with. Oh, you can trigger the trap with this ability, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. So if I even come over here, you trigger the trap. I would go down to 4. You'd still have a turn. You run away. I choose you. Oh, there's so many. Oh, there's so many fun games we can be playing right now.
Yep.
Okay. So you said that it's checkmate, so I'm gonna assume you have larger than life.
Right.
Oh wait, do you have 2? Do you have 2?
I only have 1
No,
left.
you used 1. You used 1.
Yep.
I hadn't marked it yet.
I just know you don't have any
you
more
have the
defense.
savagery. Okay, everything else is useless. Oh, very fun. Okay, let me think.
Yep.
Okay, was the checkmate thing a bluff?
A bluff.
That's the fun part. Yeah. And then it doesn't matter if. Yeah, I'll stay on the trap. Whatever.
All right,
Do your
so
thing.
I'll move with my effect, and you have no defense, so I will hit you for 6.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Good game, dude. Wow.
Oh, there's a savagery. Okay.
Yep, that was so close.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that was good stuff.
Very, very close.
I think. I mean, the tide turned for me on that that regroup that you. I was trying to bait out your impossible, or what is it?
The imagination.
Just your imagination.
Yep,
And
you got it.
No, the earlier one where you played a skirmish
Oh.
and then popped my trap, and I had to discard 3 cards at the end of my turn.
Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that was the beginning of the end. Where I was like, well, that was definitely my biggest misplay there.
For sure.
I just like, you know what? I think he's gonna be thinking it's coming. And I, for whatever reason, didn't consider the fact that you would just be okay with me second shotting you.
Yeah.
And making 1, which was, I think, naive on my part.
Right.
There's more for you to do. So
I'm surprised though that you didn't go for Jackalope earlier when he was stuck up here. Like I played in red for so long with Jackalope there, and I'm surprised you didn't go after him earlier.
So the reason I didn't was because I was just hoping to just block these off in such a way that like you were never going to get past the trap.
Yeah, and I couldn't use the horns. I mean, you succeeded in that.
You used 1.
Well,
yeah, but
later.
then when the hand disparity or the deck disparity became so large, I was like, I can't put any more traps down. Like I'm done with traps.
Right. Yep.
So I need to kill the Jackalope because I know that if I take, I have defense. I have enough defense for all of your attacks as long as you don't attack with a versatile, which you were running low on defense. So I was like that as long as I keep kind of the pressure on.
Yep.
That was reasonable that I could get down to like, I don't know, 2 health and pull something out. But
right.
I couldn't take 4 undefended damage with all that math. So I was like, well, either he uses his defense on the Jackalope or I kill the Jackalope.
Mm-hmm.
And either one was fine with me, I guess, at that point.
Right. It was interesting when we sat and overdrew, like in this area, I think it was something like this. We sat and overdrew like this for so long with like no workers.
Yeah.
And then, did you just not have the call for backup, I assume?
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
Yeah, right. So that was lucky for me that you didn't have it sooner. But then, like, I was good with this because I figured I had a Jackalope Horns in hand, and as soon as you did, like, call for backup and things got complicated, then I could either decide to just use it and Jackalope's gone, or, like, because you couldn't get to me, because even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Bigfoot was actually here.
Yeah.
So you couldn't possibly get there in one turn. So like as soon as call for backup came out, then I could take the initiative and make a decision at that point. That's why I was okay just sitting and overdrawing basically.
Rad. All right, game 2.
Yeah, let's do it.
I get to choose map.
You do, and it's gonna be Little Red.
Okay.
You get to pick who you play.
I'm gonna do Beowulf on Baskerville.
Baskerville. Ooh, interesting. Interesting.
Yep.
Baskerville. I don't know. I imagine you practice on this map a decent amount, and I'm not super practiced with it.
I'm sure it'll go great.
We'll see. It's gonna go great for one of us, I'm sure. We're gonna find out if me stealing red was a mistake.
We'll see.
All right, let's go for this. Something better. Huntsman, Huntsman, where do you go? Probably blocking the portal is the safe option. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Good to go when you are.
All right. Now we'll start with a maneuver. I'll maneuver again. Your turn.
I'll start with a maneuver. And I'll maneuver again. All right, your turn.
Okay. I'll maneuver. 1, 2. And I'm gonna vigor encourage and discard a random card and get its.
Go ahead and pull one.
All right. So I'll take my 2.
Ouch, that's not what I like to see. All right.
Discard. All right. Your turn.
Okay. Well, I'll start with maneuver. I'll boost. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have Rat attack Bale.
Okay. I gotta look at your basket real quick.
Yep.
You got pelt in your basket. Okay. The worst that this could be. It's probably not gonna make yourself draw 2 cards. I'm guessing it's not what you're gonna do. Okay. I don't know what you're doing.
That's good. That's how I want it to go.
What the heck is this card? Okay.
Okay. Good
Okay.
feint. All right, your turn.
Let's actually get into this. Okay. My turn, huh?
Yep.
Okay. I will maneuver. 1, 2, 1, and I'm gonna deal 1 to Little Red. Your turn.
Let's see. I'll start with a maneuver. I'll go there. I'll maneuver again. Okay, your turn.
Okay. I will maneuver. And I will maneuver again. And I will get rid of one of these.
Ooh, an
turn.
heirloom. Interesting.
I don't like that card.
No, why?
It
I
burns
mean,
too much of my rage
yeah,
in my cards.
I guess in this matchup especially, like, I only have 2 feints anyways, so.
And they're conditional, I think, aren't? Or no, they're not. It's the value that's conditional. It's not the thing.
Right, but if I pull off the flower effect, then heirloom's canceled anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I get it.
But without the effects, it's a 3 versus 3. So.
Right. I want to maneuver. I either got to boost and do something, or I just double overdraw, which is awful.
You get to pick what's in your basket, though.
That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna boost with.
He's boosting. He's boosting.
Wolf skin.
Yeah, that was a bad one. That's boost fodder.
Huntsman is gonna attack Bayo.
Huntsman is gonna attack Bayo. Huntsman?
Mm-hmm.
Attack Bayo? Are you talking to me?
He is. That's for sure.
Okay. Okay.
Ow.
Now we're talking.
That hurts big time.
Yeah, I'll spend that for sure.
Yep.
And then
You take one.
I'll take one and then add a raid back.
Yep. Nice. Your turn.
Okay. And you are knives in the basket still, so gotta be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be real careful. Maneuver. Got knives in the basket. What you gonna do with them?
Have you written a Little Red song yet?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, totally.
Attack the huntsman.
Probably the poem, because you know you're gonna pull it off.
This is a regroup.
Well, yeah, it's probably a regroup. You're right. I haven't seen any of those yet in his deck.
Yeah, I took one of Muldoon's regroups and put it on my deck.
Card thief. I think I would see the orange back though. You know.
Yeah.
Your plan is foiled.
Dang it.
Yeah, I'm good with this.
Okay. So, the rando card.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go ahead and draw it? Okay.
Skirmish. Not great. I only get one buff, so I take two.
Yep.
Not a fan of that.
And it is your turn.
Right. Well, let's start with maneuver. And then I'll maneuver again.
Okay.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, I'll maneuver. Maneuver again. Your turn.
I'll maneuver. I'm gonna boost. Long have I sought you. Go over here.
Uh-oh.
I'll have red attack Bale.
Okay, perfect. I will spend a rage
Spend
to
one,
make that
take
a
one.
3. What am I going to do here? Do I want to take one? Yeah, I'll take one.
Mm-hmm.
And back.
All right.
Okay.
Your turn.
I'm gonna attack Little Red. Am I? Oh man, so many good choices. You got 6 cards. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna maneuver. I'm going to Golden Drinking Horn. Spend a rage. Go back 2.
Yep.
Your turn.
Well, I'll start with a maneuver. Ah, you keep making me boost. I don't like it. Beowulf has too many passes. Let's boost with Wolf Skin. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's have Huntsman attack Bayo. Dang it. Well, at least I,
He did.
Yep. At least I dealt 3.
You got me for 3.
All
Take a
right.
rage.
Your turn. Oops.
All right.
Phase 1 complete.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I always feel facing red. It's like phase 1, take out Huntsman, then play from there.
Yeah. Maneuver. And I will maneuver. Your turn.
Let's do a never leave the path for 2 each.
Okay.
And then I'll maneuver. Alright, your turn.
One never leave the path is done. I will. I'll Golden Drinking Horn, and I'll spend a rage to go back to 14, and then I will maneuver, and I'll stay put.
I'll maneuver. I'll maneuver again. And your turn.
Okay. I will maneuver. Attack you with Wiggloff.
Okay.
All right.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Your turn.
Okay. I'll attack Wiggloff.
Okay. He's got anything. A guy who can do anything. What does he do?
It's a good question to ask yourself. Nice.
Okay.
Well, I'll maneuver.
Okay.
And I'll discard Grimtail, and it's your turn.
Now he's got some flowers. I will maneuver. And I will maneuver again. Get rid of this guy. Your turn.
I'll maneuver. I'll do an Into the Woods. I will attack Wiggloff.
She's got a knife. Okay. Knife, 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 knife. I'll take it.
Taking it. All right, let's see what we get.
Okay, let me shuffle these up real quick. Go for it. All right.
All right, not great.
No. So that's 3 to Wig.
Yep, your turn.
Okay. I will attack with Wiggloff.
Ugh, this is probably another one of those fatal struggles. I don't really want to draw 2 cards.
What if I told you it wasn't?
Well, that would make my decision easier. I'm gonna take it. Yep.
Okay.
So you draw 2.
And 2. Okay. So with my next trick, I will grab a random card from you and get
Let
its
me
boost.
shuffle up. Okay.
So I'm good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Sure was.
Not for boost, but
That's alright. It's totally worth. Oof.
yeah, all right. Your turn.
I'll maneuver.
Okay.
Let's have Red attack Wiggloff.
Right. Flowers. I know all about those.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a cool interaction. I'll take it.
Alright, your turn.
I will maneuver. My life is flashing before my eyes. Attack Little Red.
Yep.
Okay. 3 and a 2. Your turn.
I'll maneuver. And again. Alright, your turn.
Okay. I'll maneuver. Vigor and Courage. And draw a random card.
Go for it.
Nice.
Alright, for once I get a win there. Okay. And it's my turn, huh?
Oh, I just got a note from Wandering Caretaker. Saying that Bayo should be 2 health up because Husband wasn't adjacent when he died. Do you remember this interaction?
Was it
I think
the Grendel?
I used a Grendel on your let me read this card real quick because oh right, I see. I killed him immediately.
So does it
and during combat the Huntsman was not adjacent to the opposing fighter because he was dead.
yet the combat still goes through but not adjacently, right? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah. So it was a 4. I took 3. I should have only taken 1.
Do we have an official ruling on that at all? Anybody know? Let me check chat. It seems to make sense, I think. It's super weird interaction.
It's a very weird interaction for sure. But it does make sense when someone is killed, they are removed from the board, and at that point during combat, the Huntsman is not adjacent to the opposing fighter. So
true, it does make sense. I would think it would be ruled that way. Now the question is, were you at full health when I hit you down, right? Because you also like used a
Yeah.
drinking horn,
Um,
and if you were like
let me
not
think.
taking the 3 damage, and then the heal wouldn't have gone up like 2 points, you know?
At the very least,
At the very least, you should guarantee to get 1 health back.
yeah,
I know that
right.
for
Because
sure.
that couldn't have
I
mattered,
don't know
right?
about 2.
Um, yeah, I don't remember the game state at that point where my health was.
Yeah, I don't either. Probably nobody knows. Anybody know in chat? Probably not. I don't think there's any way we can go back while it's still live. I think we'd have to end it.
No, that's fine. I'm okay to let's just do one and split the
Okay.
difference and
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna make a difference here, but
yeah.
we'll see.
If I win with 1 health, we can go back to the video and see
Yeah.
what I don't know.
Right. Right.
Or if I win with 2 health, I
With
don't
2,
know.
or if you lose by 1 health.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out. All
Then
right.
then we'll go back.
So you maneuvered and then you vigored, right?
Yep, your turn.
Okay. I will do a maneuver. I'll do that and then into the woods. And I'll attack.
I know what the bait is. It's just whether or not I take it.
Right. Yep. That's always the
This,
game.
sometimes I feel like this game at the high level comes down to
A
are
lot
they
of coin
faking it?
flips. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it really does.
it really
Sometimes you
does.
win, sometimes you lose.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I would be better off with a coin flipper. Okay, so it's not going to be stones in the belly. You wouldn't do that, but it could be a basket, and it's probably what big eyes you have. So I could waste a card. If I take 4, that gets me down to 9. That's not a cool. That's not a cool amount. I'll do this.
Nice.
Okay. I'll take 1. You take 4. I take 1.
Yep.
All
Your
right, gain
turn.
1 rage back.
Mm-hmm.
I'll attack the label.
First action, right?
Yep. Okay. You grab a card.
Mm-hmm. Do I live or do I
And
die?
let's see.
Oh, I live.
Okay, that's a good one.
Okay.
Okay, so you got 5 versus my 1, so I can't. There'd be no reason to do
Right.
anything. So that was my first one. I like that card. I wish you hadn't taken that.
Yeah, that was a good pull.
That was a good pull. It's kind of going to come down to order operations on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I got 5. You got 4. You
Yep.
can't once you deck out, you're done. So
That's unfortunate.
yeah, I think that means you got to come to me. So I will maneuver, and I'll run to this corner.
I'll maneuver. And boost.
Boosting
And
with 9.
attack.
Ooh, why did I lose track of that card?
Don't know.
1, 2, 3.
You can have skirmish effect if you like, and it's your turn.
No, I'll keep you right there.
Mm-hmm.
Attack. Okay.
Nice.
And I attack.
Heirloom, yeah, good game.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna spend 2 rage. Hold on, I'm gonna spend 2 rage and then another
All
rage
3.
to boost it. So
Yeah.
I'll make that
I take 8.
an 8.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So -6.
That was brutal.
Oh, I got lucky with a couple card draws.
Well,
I
expert
made some good.
map pick.
Yeah.
The map worked out hugely in your favor there, and
Yeah.
very smart.
You had the math there at the end, especially with that. For whatever I lost track of that card. I didn't know you had that last deal 3 to me. I thought this is what you had left was these 3, and so I was like, well, it's gotta be the basket, right? Because he's not gonna use one of these right now. Like,
Yeah, my only hope was that
And
you like didn't have attacks to double attack me, I guess, or wouldn't try to
yeah,
double
because
attack me. So you would have had
I
to
think
have
I had
this and
quite a bit of
this.
Wiggloff stuff left, and my feint would have been nice, and then one
Yeah,
of these. Okay.
I was just banking on you
Yeah.
having these maybe, and
Yeah.
that was my only, win condition at that point. I had to land
Yeah.
that, then I had to defend, and then I had to pull this off, like as an attack, pull this off, and then maybe somehow win in fatigue, but it was such a
Yeah.
long shot. I mean,
Yeah.
oh well.
I
Well
got lucky
played.
with those calls on the Huntsman.
Yeah, that was
Those
really
could have
good.
gone another way. Um,
Yep. Well done.
Especially that knife attack while were you next to me or were you range? I can't remember. That was a misplay on my part. I can't believe I did that. Where I left Beowulf here and Wiggloff here, and I just as easily could have moved Wiggloff up and Beowulf back, and I let you come up, and
Right.
it worked out, I guess, because I was able to Grendel you. But at the time, I was like, I can't believe that I put Beowulf ahead of Wiggloff. He's my meat shield,
Yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
like,
Gotta
I
put him
would
to
have loved to
work.
just take that attack. Yeah,
Oh,
just hit
yeah.
him.
So the problem
I think
was
even yeah,
this map, I mean, there were very little times where I could get Huntsman safely away from Bayo. And once you got that early rage, like,
yeah.
I can just lose him at any point as long as I don't have knives in the basket.
Right.
Because if you come in,
That's your only card. Yeah.
exactly, if you come in with no contest and I don't have this on top, you guarantee kill him, and you know that.
Oh, I was super trying to.
I
I
know
was
you
like
were.
this. I've never pulled that card off, and I was like, this is my chance. This is my opportunity. And
Yep.
then I think you blocked off. And I never drew it. I didn't draw it while he was alive,
Oh my
so
god. I saw it,
it
like,
ended
I
up
was
not
worried about
mattering.
it the whole game, though. I was literally
No,
playing around it constantly.
never had it.
Until I finally brought Huntsman in here, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm just going to YOLO it, get the damage in while I can, and let him go.
Oh, you had 3 health left. It would have been a good investment to spend 3 rage to kill him for what, 2 health?
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
but still, I mean, you were still probably going to target him, and he didn't, like, I
Yes.
didn't have any good defenses, and I couldn't just sit and keep, like,
Yeah.
overdrawing and discarding cards, and
Yeah.
it
I probably would
was,
have epic poemed him instead of Grendeling
right.
him.
Yeah, either way, it would
But
have been fine for you.
yeah.
Did not work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good map
Cool.
choice, though. Well played.
Yeah, that was my Hail Mary of
It
trying
worked.
to. I was really hoping to go Beowulf versus Bigfoot.
Right.
Uh, that is a much more favorable matchup, I think.
Yep. I did this one exactly. I was Beowulf against Bigfoot for the Weekend Warriors on this map,
Yeah.
and I won it as Bayo. Yeah,
Yeah,
it works out
I feel
well.
like he's got such an advantage, especially on this map.
Yep.
I played it last night with a buddy. I think he's watching right now, but and I smoked him.
Yeah.
It was a big one. So all right,
Nice.
cool. We got Muldoon versus Little Red.
Yep, that's what we got.
All right, you get to pick the map.
I'm ready to know my fate.
Yeah, same. I'm just like, all right, let's just get it over with.
And I know that like the premium commentary package is like riding on me right now to knock you out. So
That's right. That is
if
true.
people are rooting for me, that's the only reason.
No, that's not true. There's a lot of reasons to root for you, but it's definitely on the list.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Little Red versus Muldoon, and I actually want to go to Marmoreal.
Marmoreal. Right, a lot of zones in this one.
A lot of zones, yep. Okay, I think I will... Okay, let's do this.
I will Muldoon again.
Yeah. All right, man, good luck.
Good luck to you too.
Here we go. I'll start with a maneuver.
Okay.
And let's have Red attack the worker.
You can attack that worker.
No defense?
No defense.
Okay. Shuffle them up.
All right. Let's just get to it.
Let's hit that call for backup. Ah, leap way. That's pretty good.
A good one, though. I will miss that one.
Yes, sir. All right, you're up.
And I will maneuver. And I'll maneuver again. Okay. Your turn.
Done there? Okay. I will maneuver. Put red onto the trap.
Okay. That one's gone. I draw a card, you take a damage.
Huntsman can go down there, and then I will maneuver again. And we'll go there with red, and Huntsman will go right there. And your turn.
Maneuver. 1, 2, 3. Boost 1. And I will then attack the huntsman with that worker next to him.
I will defend with that.
I will do one of these guys.
Alright, that's 2. Alright. What am I gonna do? I'll have Huntsman attack the worker.
Huntsman attacks the worker, and he's gonna be undefended.
Yep.
6 will do it.
And then I'll maneuver. Alright, your turn.
Okay. I'll maneuver. And I'll maneuver again. Your turn.
Alright. I will maneuver. And I'll maneuver again.
Okay.
Boost with the wolf skin. Okay, your turn.
Maneuver. Boost with regroup.
Sure.
And I'll attack the huntsman with that worker.
Probably a rending shot. Rending shot would put me down to 4. That's fine, I'll take it. Yep.
Gotta have sound effects. And then I will move you. 1, 2, 3.
Alright, my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with Into the Woods.
Alrighty.
And let's have red attack.
You still have 2 actions, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
That's
I take
2.
2.
Yep. I'll attack again. Good feint, good feint.
Alright, so I take 1.
Yep. And it's your turn.
Maneuver. I'm gonna shoot at the huntsman. And well, actually, give me 1 second.
Sure.
I should think about where I want my work.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I'm gonna shoot at the huntsman from atop the tower.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. I will maneuver. I'll maneuver again. Alright, your turn.
Start my turn by placing, and then I will call for backup and place 3 traps. 1, 2, 3. And then return my defeated workers. Can I return them 2 places with traps on them?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Here. And then I will maneuver there. Okay, your turn.
Sure is a weird position you put me in here. I'll start with a maneuver.
Okay.
I'll boost. Into the trap here.
Stop movement?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I'll draw one.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I will path for damage.
Okay. So that's
Old
me
Dune
and this
and
worker?
this guy. Yep.
Okay. So I take 2.
You got it. Your turn.
Okay.
No trap.
I'm thinking
Oh.
about it. I don't think
Gotcha.
so. I'll just maneuver. Okay. And then I'll maneuver again. Okay. Your turn.
Okay. I will maneuver. Go there. I'll maneuver again. Alright. Your turn.
It's a trap there.
Mm-hmm.
Maneuver. I will attack you with this worker.
Okay. Yep. So I will take 1.
I will die.
You move me 3.
And I can move you 3. So I'll move you. Yeah.
Okay. So I will maneuver. Boost. And attack. Alright. Your turn.
I will maneuver. Attack you with that worker.
Okay. Second shot. Okay, do you want to boost?
Yeah.
Yep. So I'll take 3. And I draw 2. So I will maneuver. And I'll attack that guy.
Okay.
Alright, shuffle up. Let's hit the call for backup for game.
Alright. Grab it.
Nope, that is not it.
That's not it.
It's okay. You get your effect.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Okay. Last trap. Maneuver.
Down there?
Yep.
I'll maneuver. Oh boy. Do I pop the trap? Do I not pop the trap? 1, 2. I'll do into the woods to pop this trap.
One. I'll draw one. Oh.
Then I'll maneuver. And your turn.
I will maneuver. 1, 2, 3. I'll call for backup.
Man, that's exactly what I don't want to see.
That. Okay. Your turn.
I'm going to start with a maneuver. Alright, I'll attack the worker.
I will take it.
Alright. Your turn.
I'll remove. 2, and I will attack you with that worker.
Okay. Yep, that's what I figured. You get to move me 3.
I'll be right there.
Alright. So I will... I'll maneuver. I'll attack the worker.
You can have it.
Yep. And I will... I'll pick the hands back up. Your turn.
Maneuver. Attack you with that worker.
Okay. You want to move?
Yeah, definitely. Just the one.
Alright. Oh, what am I going to do? Let's see. That's your last worker at least. I'll start with maneuver. Alright, I'll go there and I will path for damage.
For damage. Engine's dead. I take 2.
Your turn.
Alrighty. I shoot low red.
First action, right?
First action.
Okay. Yep. So 3 to 3.
Yeah. Just to make it interesting. And your turn.
Okay. Well, I'll start with a maneuver. Go there, and I will maneuver again. Okay. Your turn.
Maneuver. Remote detonate. Your turn.
Okay. I'll start with a maneuver. I feel like if I go in, I probably die. Seeing as you have a trap and you have a bunch of attacks, I don't know if I can kill you. I wish you were at 3, but unfortunately you're at 4. Big
That would make it a
difference.
lot simpler, huh?
Oh yeah. And you still have a remote detonation, which is a problem. Okay, so I maneuvered. I will boost with Grimtail. So I can go 5.
Okay.
I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pop that trap.
Okay.
Then I'll maneuver again. And I will boost with Long Have I Sought You. And
Okay, you maneuver with the Grimtail, then maneuver again with the Long Such.
yep. Okay, your turn.
Your maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. Boost with one of these bad boys.
Yep.
Here. Remote detonation. Your turn.
Okay, I will start with a maneuver.
Okay.
1, 2, pop the trap.
Okay.
I will into the woods. 1, 2, 3, pop the trap.
That's good enough.
You take 2, and I will attack. Holy crap.
That was a great move.
Holy crap, dude. What a game.
I can't believe you did that.
Oh my god.
I was like, what is it gonna take? I was like, I feel like I have it here,
boy.
because if you went straight to it, yeah.
Oh my god. Dude, my heart's pounding right now. That was the hardest game of my life.
that was a worthy game to end it on for me.
Oh yeah.
I'm not upset at all.
Holy cow.
If that's what I go out on, that's totally fine.
That was such a game, dude.
Yeah.
I had stones. I had 2 Once Upon a Times left. You just weren't attacking into any of it.
I couldn't. I was like, all right, well, I can't attack.
Right.
Because if I attack, that, I'm gonna have to make you earn your 3 on an attack.
Yeah.
And then my goal was, all right, if I survive this, get down to 1, then you're out of cards. You're at 2, and I just see you later.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yep.
So, yeah, really the last move. Good game, man.
Wow, dude. Yeah, great game. Fantastic. You played so well, dude. Oh, it's so stressful.
Yeah. Once you got this guy, I was like, my workers.
That was good.
Poor beautiful workers.
Yeah. Yeah, when we were like around, like Muldoon was back here, Red was over here, and you had the workers like up in this area, right? That's when this card became a problem, because I was like maneuvering, hitting them.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, if it was like, if you had a different Into the Woods, if you had like the pelt, it's just like you could have totally used this earlier in the game and like not thought a thing of it. Like, all right, I'm gonna use this and get where I'm going because that's the one you had.
Honestly, that was a bit lucky. This was the last card in my deck, so I double checked my discard pile to make sure that move would work.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I knew you must have, because my thought was, even if you had this, you could use it to come at me, pop my trap, hit me for 3. Yeah, I'm not sure. I was like, if I can just get away, that's all I gotta do.
Yeah, exactly.
Just here at the end here, you were here.
Traps
if I
were
had just gone here, could you have pulled that off? I don't think so.
No, I could not have, because there was a trap here as well. This was a trap. So if you went over there, I couldn't have.
If you came, you could have had to come this way, you hit me for 3, and then I leave. And
yeah, exactly. Because
you maneuver, pop my trap, but it's too late.
Yep.
Man, one space, and I would have had it.
One space.
That's as good as it goes.
I feel like that's how like professional unmatched games always come down to one little thing.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I should have seen that.
So close.
I should have realized I only had 1 card. If you popped 2 traps, I was done.
Yeah, you did such a good job though playing around these the whole game. I mean, I really hated to let Huntsman go there. I didn't have any defense at all. Obviously, I would have thrown something.
There's no way that you would have let that happen.
Right. I probably would have thrown one of these, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends. I would have thrown one of these for sure.
Yeah.
But
I was just banking on it.
Yeah, dude. What a game.
Yeah, I'm totally good with that. Well deserved.
Thank you.
that's some high level play.
Yeah, for real. That was one of the hardest games of my life for sure. So
I feel like as far into the tournament as I could have gotten, that probably would have been. I felt like I was playing like, this is the hardest game I'm gonna have to play. Just the way it was, all the maneuvering and just the spacing, and it was,
So you did really well too, playing around the path the whole game.
Yeah.
Really well.
I think you were only able to kill 1 at a time, and I had, I stalled correctly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you did it all really well.
I thought it was a really funny idea to just pop 2 traps in both directions, and you're down here forcing you to come into the middle, and I thought I was just like, all right, well, I'll just play keep away. If he goes left, I'll go right. If he comes back again right, I'll go left.
Yeah, I mean, it worked for a while, but
it did.
I just was able to whittle away those workers with this card.
This was the one that I was like, well, I can't play this anymore.
Yep.
I was out of feints. feints, right? You got one of my
Exactly.
feints with a basket.
One feint was with basket. The second one you hit the eyes, which was really good on you because it was this one.
Yes,
And then
I hit
the third one
I
you
think
hit
I hit one
this.
of these and one of these, yeah,
Yep,
and then
yep.
a basket, which, you know, of all things, you know.
Not bad, honestly, but I don't know. The turn that I hit you with the basket and you fainted, I was like, yes, that went so well, and I didn't think you'd have another feint, so I thought maybe you'd defend into this, and that was probably going to win me the game right there. But you had both
Yeah.
the feints, so that was difficult. And then,
I
oh, go ahead.
had 3 feints. I had three attacks and 3 feints, so I was like, well, at least I don't
Wow.
have to choose here. At least it's not like a hard decision that I
Yeah,
have to make.
true.
I just have to play
Just
the
do
card
it.
that I have because
You're right, you have no choice, so what do you,
Yeah.
you're not going to take it.
the bluff, whether it was a bluff or not, you know, that's what it's going to be.
Yep, and this map, what did you think of the map? So I picked this map. I know you've done this exact matchup, but flip-flopped in like the winners finals last tournament.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I just figured like this map is going to give me the best like cognitive overload for you to have to worry about all the workers and the traps and path and all of that.
It definitely does, but you know, there's, you know, I found the best spot for me.
Yeah,
I think
you did.
There was no better place that I could have been besides where I was.
You positioned really, really well.
You know,
You
whether or
didn't
not
make any.
this line of traps down here at the bottom was a smart move,
It's hard to say.
I just thought it was funny. I don't always make like a super intelligent move, thinking like way down the line.
Yeah.
I was just like, how funny would it be if I like made him choose between going into the courtyard and going this super, super long way around and just like double popping a trap.
So I will say that that point in the game was really, really difficult for me. Like, you had me surrounded with traps. You had a worker here and here, and I was really, really debating using a path because I had Wolfskin. I was debating using a path to warp here and hit you like twice because you only had like 4 cards in hand, but I didn't know if you had any defense or not.
I had the 2 of these from the beginning, and I had them either way. I would have been fine.
So
I
figured,
thought about that. I was like, it'd be cool if he wastes it because
right.
If you're not going to do something to clear out my workers, I would love for you to waste your
right. And then I'm stuck.
Yeah.
And that's what you want against Muldoon into red. You just want to blow those defenses and just eat through them so my symbols don't line up.
Yeah.
And I figured that was the case that you did have a defense because if you didn't, I don't think you would have left those spaces open. I figured you would have done that.
Yeah.
But you chose to purposefully do that. So I was like, all right, that tells me he has defense. He's not scared of me doing that. So I didn't do it. I maneuvered, I boosted with the basket here, and then I played the path for damage instead.
Yeah, but boost with the basket was one I've never seen before.
Really?
That's a big card to boost with.
Honestly, dude, oh my god, you should have seen my hand. At that point, I had like 3 baskets, 2 big mouths, and 2 paths. That was my hand of 7.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was tough. Very tough spot there. Very tough game in general, but man, was that a good one.
I'll take pride in my Beowulf win.
Oh, that was professionally done. Like, wow. You just destroyed me that game.
Yeah. I think I'm the most disappointed about losing to Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And I think I can trace that to my regroup trying to bait out that just your imagination. I feel like that was
a big thing. I also think the turning point for me, in my mind at least, was when you used the call for backup and you popped down the 3 traps. Because then I was like, okay, like, I'm happy that you put traps down because eventually I'm going to use those to make you overdraw.
Yeah.
And I mean, I did eventually, but it took a while.
Yeah. It's
hard to make the calls, though.
It really is. It's like one of those things. It's like Bigfoot draws a lot.
Yep.
And you didn't use your ability a ton.
I only used it one time, I think, near the end there.
I think you maybe
twice.
The beginning once. Yeah,
maybe twice.
The beginning and in the end. And I was like, my plan was to get in that little green zone and just kind of like
hunker down.
You know, set up a perimeter and
don't let me
anytime
get to
you want to come into it. But you didn't play that game. You just stayed back and let me draw up too. And we played who has the better hand that they can't afford to throw things away.
Right.
Which is always not fun.
No, it's a stalemate. You know, it's
I had a bunch of Muldoon attacks, right? So I was like, I can't hide here,
right?
Because I would love to just send out my workers and just do some of these. I didn't get any of these until like really late in that game.
That's brutal.
Which, yeah, it's like I love to send the workers out and just.
Oh, this is the perfect bait attack.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's
But I just didn't
fantastic.
get them. It was like the last 10 cards. All 3 of them were in the last 10 cards or something like that.
That
And
sucks. I
I
had
was like
one
sitting on
Jackalope
twos.
like the whole game I had one Jackalope, but I never felt safe enough to use it because I wanted to use it and then maneuver him away to safety, and you never opened up that opportunity really. So it sat in my hand the whole game, and then he got down to 1 health, and then I finally, like, I ended up discarding it as a boost or an overdraw, one of the two.
Yeah.
Because I was like, he's just going to die, so I'm just going to pitch this. And then
Yeah.
he survived long enough to draw another Horns and actually pull that one off, so that was cool.
Yeah.
But my big mystery here was, why did you pick Sarpedon? Any specific reason?
I said, when you look at Sarpedon, the way that I kind of think about Muldoon is like, you set up, you don't let him get hit.
Mm-hmm.
You're a melee fighter.
Yep.
And there's a couple spots in Sarpedon. I think it's here, where if you have trap or worker in these 4 spots, like, you cannot get to me.
Right.
Right. So if I'm here, this is a spot that, like, if you want to get to me, you have to go through something, especially if these are traps, and like you'll end here and then you'll have to maneuver again. Like, you don't have any gain action things. So I was like, you know what? I'll take this and I'll try and set up this little pocket, and it just didn't pan out for me. So.
So the funny thing was, I don't know if you did this on purpose or if it was coincidence, but I was upset that I couldn't pick Sarpedon for our Little Red versus Muldoon match here. Because
you wanted to do that thing.
Yeah, the thing. You know the thing, right?
I know the thing.
Yeah, so because I had already won on it, even though you picked it, I couldn't pick it again. So I was like, dang it. That was like, that sucked.
Yeah, that was another thing of just like, I think there's another map where you can pull off something similar, but
I tried to look during our break, honestly, and I couldn't find. Nothing is as good as this. It all like is so much higher commitment, so it almost isn't even worth it.
I mean, I would have done the thing where I, like, if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna force you to boost.
Exactly.
But yeah.
But still, boosting is easy because anything with the knives is a 2. So if I have that plus, then it'll work.
You just use a wolf skin, and who needs that anyway?
Exactly.
But it forces you to do it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, I will make you do it.
Exactly. Yup. It was so close though. Despite like the things that went wrong, like poorly, I guess, for you during the game, like it was still that close. So.
Yeah, I wasn't proud of that game. I'm proud of the loss here. I mean, coming down to 1 space at the end.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Finding that combo, I should have taken 1 more second to think it through, I think.
Yeah, it's hard. It's just at some point, you're just like, all right, well, I'm just gonna do it, and whatever happens, happens, because you can't predict everything.
Not only do I need to see it, you need to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
There was a chance that you didn't, right? Like, you could have.
I thought I lost.
There's no path, and so I will just walk up to him, pop a trap, and attack him, and then I would have ran away, and no one would have been wiser. But
yep. Yeah, I thought I lost, and then I checked my discard one more time. I was like, what is the last card in my deck? And I saw that it was Into the Woods, and I was like, which symbol is it? And I was like, oh, thank God, it's the flower.
Yeah, that's the one.
Wow.
There's so many ways for you to deal me 3 damage.
3, but not 4. 4 was hard. That was why it was such a problem.
Right. And so you found the one combination to deal me 2 before you dealt me 3.
Yeah, just barely.
Just barely. That was one for the ages.
Oh yeah. All right, man. Well, it's late, but that was a fantastic match. Really well played.
Great games. I always say there's always a little bit of relief and disappointment, and not having to sit for the whole tournament again and just enjoy it as a spectator.
That's true.
I'm gonna look at the bright side and be like, that's fine too.
Exactly, and that's how I was. I was like, well, if I lose, I'm gonna commentate the whole thing. So I mean, that'll be cool. So yeah, look on the bright side. But well played, a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Have a great night.
You too, Bug. Great playing with you. Thanks a lot, man. Take care. All right, anyone in chat, thanks a lot for watching. That was such a well-fought match. Incredible. So looking forward to even more good ones in the top 8. And we'll catch you in the next one.
And there you have it, guys. So I would be moving on to the top 8 of Summer of Legends, which was very exciting. I started to lose hope a little bit there at the end of that third game. I really thought Bug had it, but thankfully I looked and checked my discard pile. I saw the next card coming up in my deck, and I found that winning play. So it was super, super close. Bug played the whole match really well. That Bigfoot versus Muldoon game was very even. He kind of destroyed me in the Beowulf versus Red game, so kudos to him on that one. And then that third game, again, was just so close. It came down to the very last play. So, well played overall, Bug. You're a great player. I can't wait to see you back in the next tournament. If you're watching this, definitely make sure you come back. And to all you guys who just checked it out, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was entertaining, and remember to give it a like if you thought so, and subscribe for more of these kind of videos. I will be uploading my top 8 quarterfinal match as well. That was against Sowie, who is one of the Singapore Strike Squad members, we call them, because 3 Singaporeans entered the tournament and 3 of them made the top 8. So there must be something going on there, but they're all really good players, so can't wait to show that one off as well, and that should be up hopefully within the next week or 2, so not too much longer. It won't be as long of a wait as this one was. But thanks again for watching, guys. I'm ZeroSkater12, and I'll see you next time.